can start. Ready? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the June 9th, 2025 Neighborhood Partners Association. I'm Matthew Tramp. I am the chairman of the committee. Okay. Items listed on the agenda may be taken out of order, presented. Two or more agenda items for consideration may be combined, and any item on the agenda may be removed or related discussion may be delayed at any time. Backup materials for this agenda may be obtained from the Lou D. Holmes City Clerk at the office of the City Clerk, 495 South Main Street, second floor on the city's website page at www.lasvegas.com. And I have a roll call, please.
Thank you. Member Tramp?
Here.
Member Bautista?
Here.
Member Flank? Here. Member Becker?
Here.
Member Lindsay?
Here.
Member Burgess?
Here.
Member Churchill? Here. Member Fuller?
Here.
Member Nordstrom?
Here.
Member Alvarez?
Here.
Member Lares? Member Lascano?
Here.
Member Estrada?
Here.
Thank you. We do have a quorum.
Thank you. And I'm going to go off agenda since there's a lot of new members here. If we can all introduce ourselves, I'll start with you on this end. Just introduce yourself and which district you represent.
My name is Robert Estrada.
Oh, testing. Okay, my name is Robert Estrada. I'm in Ward 6 under Nancy Bruni, and I live in the Grand Entries neighborhood. And we just established a neighborhood association about a month ago. So I'm happy about all that.
Thank you.
Hi, Nora Lawrence. I'm the Ward 5 representative with Councilwoman Summers Armstrong.
Hi, my name is Alex Fuller, Ward 1, Councilman Brian Knutson.
Hi, I'm Samantha Burgess, representing Councilman Seaman.
Good morning. Brenda Flank, Ward 4, Councilwoman Polinsky.
Aaron Batista, Ward 3.
Matthew Tramp, current committee chair, Ward 1, Brian Knutson, and I'm in my 6th year of this committee.
Good morning, Elizabeth Becker, Ward 4, Councilwoman Ellen Polinsky.
Good morning, Blanca Lindsay, Ward 6 for Councilwoman Bruni.
Good morning, Arlene Alvarez, on behalf of Councilwoman Olivia Diaz, Ward 3.
Good morning, Shannon Nordstrom, Ward 2, Councilwoman Seaman.
Good morning, Angel Lascano, Ward 4. Nice to meet everyone.
Good morning, Jan Churchill. I'm representing Mayor Berkeley.
Okay, welcome everyone. Next item 2, announcement. It's regarding compliance with open meeting law. I believe is legal counsel supposed to read this off, or am I supposed to read it off?
Deputy City Attorney Chris Levigelli here for the record. You're able to read it, Chair.
Sorry, I can't find it.
Excuse me, Chair, you just need to read the item.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know I had a
And then
script to
confirm
read,
with me that the announcement has been posted.
Okay, so just to confirm that, yeah, announcement has been posted for compliance with open meeting law.
Yes, we are in compliance.
Thank you. We will move on to item number 3, public comment. Comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. If you wish to be heard, come forward and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion as well as the amount of time any single speaker allowed may be limited. Do we have anyone here for public comment? None that, I will close item number 3. Item number 4 is for possible action to approve final minutes by reference of the regular meeting on June 10th and June 24, 2004, and I believe under order, new members are not allowed to vote on this item. Only members who served on the committee last session can vote on this, correct? Legal counsel?
Deputy City Attorney Chris Levigalicate for the record. New members are able to vote on this item as long as there are no concerns as far as any changes that are needed to be made.
Okay,
Thank you.
so do I have a motion to approve the minutes for both our June 10th and 2024 meeting?
Motion to approve.
Approved by Becker. I don't need a second, correct? Nope, so all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, next item is discussion for possible actions regarding the election of chair and vice chair. So we will start with the election for chair. I have a nomination for chair. I'll do it again. I'll do it again, just need a nomination.
Brenda Flake, I'd like to nominate Liz Becker for Ward 4.
Okay, any other nominations? Nominations close. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? So, congratulations. So does she now take over for vice chair elections?
Yes, you can move forward with the next item.
Oh, you got the agenda? And you get this too.
Oh, fancy. Liz Becker for the record, thank you. All right, so now we have the election for vice chair. Are there any nominations for vice chair?
Madam Chair, I nominate Aaron, I can't pronounce your last name.
Batista.
What? Bautista. My nomination's for Aaron Bautista.
Okay, we have a nomination for Aaron Bautista. Any other nominations for vice chair? Seeing none, all in favor, Aaron Bautista for vice chair of the board?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I think that's unanimous ayes. Okay, that is item 5, and we can move on to item 6 for a report by Yohaska Ikabaleseta, the Senior Community Program Technician, on the fiscal year 2025-2026 Neighborhood Partners Fund Board guidelines and application process.
Good morning. This is Joska Cabalceta, Senior Community Program Technician with the Department of Neighborhood Services. For the record, the Neighborhood Partners Fund is a matching grant program designed to increase community engagement through physical improvement projects, neighborhood education, recreational and cultural initiatives, and crime and public safety projects. The Neighborhood Partners Fund program guidelines outline the criteria for the program. Neighborhood-based associations such as homeowners associations and neighborhood associations may apply for up to $5,000 annually. Associations must be registered with the City of Las Vegas Department of Neighborhood Services, and registration is free. Associations are required to match their grant request. The match must include volunteer labor and may also include in-kind donations and cash. A minimum of 25% of the match is required to come from volunteer labor, valued at $33.49 per hour this year. Associations can meet their match entirely with volunteer labor. This is a competitive grant process with a total budget of $80,000. The application process opened on January 27th, 2025, and closed on April 24th, 2025. Neighborhood Services staff provided 3 workshops in February to provide guidance on applying. One of the workshops was in person, and the 2 were virtual. Notice of the grant application was provided by press release on Nextdoor social media and through the council office's electronic newsletters. In addition, Neighborhood Services notified associations that applied the prior year, as well as notified all registered associations and HOAs with a valid email address. The Neighborhood Partners Fund Board will hear presentations from the applicants in this meeting and will make funding recommendations at their meeting on June 24th, 2025. The funding recommendations will be forwarded for possible approval to the mayor and city council at the city council meeting scheduled for July 16th, 2025. Associations that are awarded funding will be required to sign an agreement with the city prior to the project starting and funds being expended. Applicants that are awarded funding will have from mid-August 2025 to the end of March 31st, 2026 to complete their projects. As a reminder, anyone on the board that may have any conflict of interest, be sure to let the city attorney know at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Yohaska. All right, finishing item number 6, I think we're going to be in recess until 9:30 when the presentations begin.
Really quickly, Deputy City Attorney Chris Levy-Gallaty for the record. Were there any members that had any conflicts of interest to disclose? Okay, it sounds like you can move forward with the recess. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, I'm going to call this meeting of the Neighborhood Partners Fund Board back to session, and we are on item 7. We're going to begin the presentations of the community associations for the board. Each association is going to have 5 minutes to present, and then we'll have 5 minutes for questions. We're going to try to be really punctual. We've got someone scheduled every 10 minutes, so when I call you up, please come up to the podium. There's multiple microphones if you have multiple folks who are going to speak. You can press the button so that you can be heard, introduce yourselves, and go ahead, and then if we have any questions, we will go forward with that. So the first community association we are going to hear from is the Buffalo Coalition Neighborhood Association. Come on up. Oh, I see that you have your presentation. Thank you. And when you get to the microphone, feel free to introduce yourselves, and you can begin when you're ready.
Hi, Dina Cianchetti, President of Buffalo Coalition.
So is it on? Good morning, Leanna Alvarez, Buffalo Coalition.
Thank you for having us this morning. First of all, we just want to start with our project overview. We are here to, we want to enhance our events and our activities in neighborhood safety, promote educational opportunities, strengthen our community bonds, and our community outreach. For anybody that moves onto our neighborhood, we give them a folder, a packet with everything about the Buffalo Coalition and our neighborhood watch. And we get them signed up immediately on Signal. And we have a robust neighborhood watch. We have a great program, and we have a great team. Anytime there's a suspicious car or person in our neighborhood, we send out a signal alert. As you can see on the right, this was something that just happened last week where there was tape on someone's wall and they thought they were being tagged for a burglary. So we went out and we investigated it, and that was not it. So we let everybody know that everybody was good. And then we have our neighborhood watch signs. We have 172 houses in our Buffalo Coalition, and almost everyone has a neighborhood watch sign in their front yard. Neighborhood safety also, we maintain a robust neighborhood watch program and solid relationships with Metro PD. We presented Summerlin Area Command COP officers with 40 stuffed teddy bears, all sizes. They had shoes on, little handbags, scarves. They were so cute. We filled up their whole SUV with the teddy bears and other toys for traumatized children. Also under safety, our monthly trash cleanup. We do this every month. Every volunteer that comes out, they get a T-shirt, a Buffalo Coalition Neighborhood Watch T-shirt, shirts, gloves, trash pickers, carts, trash bags, and we just now gave everybody hats for the summer so they can stay cool. We collect between
300 to 400 gallons per month, where we have some months where we do additional landscape. We've done 3 truckloads of trimming trees or overgrown shrubs as well.
And then under educational, we also hosted the Meet the Candidates for the Las Vegas mayors. We had 10 candidates that were running for mayor, and it was great. It was about 2 hours, and we had 115 neighbors come out for that, and it was held in our local community church. And all the candidates said it was the first time they had all been underneath in the same room, talking, answering all the same questions ever, the 10 candidates. So it was very interesting. We also, to strengthen more community bonds, this is our neighborhood block party. The first year we did, I think we had 30 people. Last year we had 125. This year we hope to succeed that. We have our invitation here. We had games, we had contests for adults, for kids. We had basketball, corn throw, hula hoop contest, dart contest. We had a lot of fun stuff. And then we had also our food trucks, and then we also do our silent auction where everybody brings things to donate, and then we auction them off to do other things. It keeps our website going, the Buffalo Coalition website, the signal alert that we send out, our packages, the welcome packages to the neighborhood. These are other community things that we do, our regular gatherings. We do coffee on the curb, which we just did on 4/18. We did the ice cream social event on 2/22, a lot of people. And about 3 years ago, we also received the grant for beautification, and we put in these beautiful metal buffaloes. We still, to this day, take care of them. We water them, all of us as a group. We take different weekends to water, to pull weeds, and we just got new solar lights for them. So when people pull into the neighborhood or go down Buffalo or any of the roads, they stand out. This year, for our proposed grant items, we're requesting our tent canopies for all of our events, our Buffalo Coalition tablecloths for all the events, and more of the Buffalo Coalition t-shirts. the Neighborhood Watch t-shirts. Also, when people are walking their dogs all the time, they have their t-shirts on, like the t-shirts we're wearing today. Also, for the grant item, it's in logo, this is for all of our events, our food trucks, for the next, hopefully requesting for the next block party, our ice cream truck, our coffee truck, and then we always meet every Thursday at Desert Breeze Coffee on Sahara in Buffalo. We do it every Thursday from 10 to 11. If anybody would ever like to come and join us, we love to have everybody come and see what we're about. And if you want to see what Buffalo Coalition does, you can go on our website, www.buffalocoalition.org. So we keep that updated. Thank you so much for having us, and we love our community.
Any questions?
Thank you so much. That's perfect timing. It's 9:35.
Oh, good, because I was like, the timer didn't go, but I didn't want to interrupt her and throw her timing off, and I was like, we timed it, so we should be good.
That's awesome. Are there any questions from board members for Buffalo Coalition? If you have a question, introduce yourself and your name. I think you covered it all, so I don't see any questions.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for
your
having
time.
us.
Thank you. All right, is Crestwood here? We can move on to our next presentation, Crestwood Neighborhood Association. Feel free to just come up to the mics. They're already on. You can introduce yourself, and you'll have 5 minutes for the presentation, and then we have 5 minutes allotted for questions.
Good morning. My name is Ashley Lee. I am the Crestwood Neighborhood Association president, and I've been the president for the last 10 years.
Good morning. My name is Freddie Godinez, and I live in the neighborhood, and I've been there for the last 5 years.
I didn't get a mic over there, too. Say again.
Do you know how to move this?
Do you guys move the slides forward?
There's a clicker on the left.
Oh, here.
All right.
Move over here because this is a little short. Sorry, that's a little too short for me. So yes, thank you so much for having us. We are the Crestwood Neighborhood, and we are looking for a grant to build some neighborhood association signs for our neighborhood. The challenge, there are no visible markers defining Crestwood boundaries. There are limited opportunities for meaningful resident collaboration, and there's a need for enhancement neighborhood identity for community and pride. So our solution is engage residents through design charrettes and celebration, build lasting community through connections and pride, provide permanent symbol of our shared identity, and this project exemplifies the NPF's mission of resident empowerment and community-driven improvement. Our community strategy includes 3 sessions. The first one is vision. This week via Zoom, engaging the residents, what represents Crestwood, community input and gathering. Second would be a values and design workshop, where we collaborate through sketches, material and selection with the community. And third, we provide that to our design partner, and they will provide a final review for the design refinements, and will confirm the locations of where the signs will go in the neighborhood. Outreach methods for the neighborhood will include social media and neighbor-to-neighbor contact. Community engagement strategy continued. So for community features, it'll be a neighborhood-wide celebration. We'll have family-friendly activities, photo opportunities. We'll have volunteer recognition, shared refreshments. It'll include 60+ hours of volunteer time, design input from all phases, event planning and coordination, ongoing maintenance and reporting. And this is all within the Crestwood boundary lines. The expected impact, this will include enhancing neighborhood identity and wayfinding, stronger resident relationships through collaboration, increased community pride, permanent signage that celebrates our shared home, and why the Crestwood deserves the NPF support. We are a strong community engagement and resident ownership. It addresses genuine neighborhood need with lasting benefits and exemplifies NPF's mission of resident empowerment. These are some signs of successful neighborhood signage. And so we've been in contact with our neighbors of what they've done and how they've done it, so we can make sure we do things properly. And I'm going to pass you over to Ashley, who will talk about past success projects with the NPF.
Yeah, over the last 10 years that I've been president, we've received over 4 NPF projects, and they've all been very successful. The top one there was the alley project that we identified, and it was a community-based project like a paint by number, so we had over 50 residents participate that. We also had we were a co-partner with the Huntridge Neighborhood Association last year for the Vintage Party, which was really fun over in Huntridge Circle Park as well. We've also done barbecues and neighborhood block parties with Spider-Man, Elsa, and we also, when Bob Coffin was here, helped us with the Welcome to the Crestwood sign there in metal, and that was really special, along with some Palo Verde trees. So that was a really, really first point at which Crestwood was identified.
So thank you. As I mentioned, the Crestwood Neighborhood Sign Project represents the perfect partnership between the City of Las Vegas, NPF, and engaged residents working together to strengthen our community. So we're ready to continue to transform our neighborhood. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I love seeing the pictures from the past projects. That was really cool. Are there any board members who have a question for Crestwood?
I don't have a question, but this is Arlene. But I'm really excited that you presented on, like you said, about the past projects, and also that you've been in communication with the other neighborhoods. I know that Jonas Park, when they placed the signs, some of them were technically right outside the limit. So it's good that you're, speaking to them and knowing, what to, how to go through the whole process of placement.
Yeah, so I've been in contact with Joseph from the city because I know that there are some nuances. The city is taking care of all the signage placement, so I'm well aware of how that feasibility will work for this project.
Yeah.
We're all we're very close down there with Jonas Park, Beverly Green, Hillside Heights, Francisco Park, Huntridge, West Huntridge. So we all are a very tight-knit community. So obviously they've done this and they've shared with us best practices, some opportunities, and so we're hoping that smooth sailing.
Yeah, well, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yes, I was curious what the size would be on those signs, approximately.
Let me double check. I think the size is supposed to be 24 by 24.
24 by 24. Okay.
This is Chair Becker. Just a reminder, when you ask questions, please introduce yourself with your name for the record. Thanks. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on to our next presenter, which is Fremont Street Loft Homeowners Association. Are you all in the room?
Good morning. We have some handouts also. I'm not sure how we could bring that up to you.
Oh, good morning. You can give them right here, and then we can receive them. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I'm Vanessa Conyers, the president of the Fremont Street Loft. I've been the president post-fires for the last 3 years, and today we are going to be presenting a collaboration with UNLV and our neighbors and a landscape architect. This is John Shutt. He is one of our members.
All right, so as Vanessa mentioned, we're the Fremont Street Loft HOA. You might recognize us from a fire about 4 years ago. We're coming up on the 4-year anniversary. It was the biggest residential fire in Las Vegas history. We were lucky not to have any loss of life, but we still have 15 homes unoccupied. One positive that came out of that is that it really did forge stronger bonds as a community. Neighbors got to know each other. We didn't have any power, and there was a lot to talk about, so we all got to meet each other outside. We have a very, very active HOA, committed leadership and engaged residents. And as we're coming up on 4 years of fire recovery, we did go out and survey neighbors to ask what would make them feel better about the neighborhood and what are some high priority projects to look at. So this is based on community feedback, door-to-door conversation, social media, as well as board meetings and resident conversations. And what we identified is that a landscape refresh would be really valuable to people. There's not a lot of gathering space. It's a very small community, as you can see in the handout. Very tight, dense urban build, unusual actually for a lot of Las Vegas. And so we were looking for opportunities to actually let people gather in micro niches outside. And we validated this with professional consultants, which we'll get into in a little bit. So this is our first time applying for a grant, but our recovery journey, we believe, has prepared us for successful execution, and we have a lot of organizational capacity and professional guidance to help us along as well. Do you mind if I grab this mic, actually? So we have a timeline with multiple phases. Going into this summer, we're working with Vert Studio, which is a professional landscape architect, to help design a master plan refresh. And then we're collaborating with UNLV, a group of landscape architecture students that are actually really thrilled to be working on a project that might go into actual production. So in a lot of cases, students are designing something, but it's very conceptual. In our case, we have a real need, and they're very enthusiastic about helping to design that. Going into the fall and winter would be when we implement and actually build this, and aim to complete going into March of 2026. And this is the first of what we're contemplating for multiple phases. There's a lot that we'd like to do for the neighborhood. The next phase, we're looking at potentially mural artists for a lot of wall space that we have available. So this is the general overview. We're looking to create multiple intimate community niches, as well as doing repainting on the walls. We have a lot of graffiti. And installing drought-tolerant, sustainable landscaping. We have lost a lot of landscaping from the fire and then from the drought. And so a big focus will be making sure that whatever landscaping is installed is going to thrive there. And then for the impact on the neighborhood, we really believe that outdoor spaces are going to be healing for trauma recovery. It'll help people to gather outside of their homes, dog walkers, just people out talking with each other. And we think that it's going to enhance both our neighborhood and the surrounding area. We're kind of at Fremont and Eastern, which could use a little bit more investment. So we think that the effect could radiate outward. So here are our partners on it. We're working with Vert Studio. They're a licensed architect, True Coat Painting. They've both offered significant discounts on their professional services. And then obviously the UNLV School of Architecture. So we're working with Dr. Kim, who has third-year landscape students. We'll have a team of 15 students that are working about 11 hours a week for 3 weeks. And we'll look to get some documentation on that to you. But really significant volunteer hours as well from the neighborhood. We're estimating 367 hours pledged. A lot of that is project coordination and liaison roles. We also have neighbors that are very experienced in construction. Our one neighbor, Trinity Schlottman, has offered to provide like overall contractor oversight as a volunteer, which is super useful. And yeah, a lot of just kind of house by house engagement. So we are requesting a $5,000 grant. This will go towards what we are trying to do with the landscape refresh and paint refresh. We have significant community match as well from the volunteer hours, as well as professional discounts. And we're really excited to actually see what this collaboration could look like between the university, between our neighborhood, and look to build many more projects in the future.
Thank you so much. This is Chair Becker. As a UNLV alumna who took some School of Architecture classes, I really appreciate your inclusion of architecture students. That's very cool. Any questions from the board?
Okay. Hi, Matthew Tramp, Ward 1. So has your HOA approved the budget for this project, and you've got the money in reserves?
Yes, so the project we will be presenting would be just a master plan, schematic. So for this year, we do have the budget for our landscape architect and True Paint. And with the help of this grant, it would make us go a little bit further.
So your HOA is already approved for this plan, it's not up for a vote?
Yes, for the True Paint and for the Vert Studio.
Okay. Blank one up. Yeah, so this is all planned to do in one phase, right? And your goals within a year to,
Yes, for a schematic design plan, yes.
okay, thank you.
As well as a paint refresh that'll be executed in the first phase as well with True Paint.
Any
So
other
the-
questions? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So the idea that we would come back year after year to build out phases of the master plan, because we have a quarter of the site still burnt, about 15 homes are still not inhabitable.
Go ahead.
This is Arlene Alvarez. Yeah, I'm just really impressed that you were able to come together and, from, the tragedy, come and bring something more positive. So I'm also impressed with your engagement with the community outside of your community, right? Like Chair Becker said, like engaging students, will empower them and hopefully, have them thinking more about community as they, graduate and move into our communities. Thank you.
Any other questions? No, seeing none. And I would also say, if it's going to be a continuing project, you can apply year after year if you have next phases. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are running a little early, but if Lakeside Village HOA is here, you can come on up, and you'll have 5 minutes to present, and then we'll have 5 minutes of questions, okay? Yes, if you would like to hand those out to us, we can have staff grab those from you and hand them out. And then the time won't start until we've all got them, okay?
That's all of them. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, you can go ahead and introduce yourself and begin whenever you'd like.
Okay, my name is Martin Farrell. I'm president of the HOA for Lakeside Village, and we're here to request a $5,000 grant. And I'll start with, if you all have copies, I'll just start. We're looking to replace an antique call box, which we've had nothing but problems with to access where people are coming in, and some are able to access codes that aren't even in the machine. We'd like to update, we have a marquee that spells out Lakeside Village, but our current marquee says Brookview on it, so it confuses a lot of people when we give directions. We are also looking to refresh a rock around our main entry for the complex where the under barrier is now exposed, and we like to have the rock to cover that. And then we would like to have paint for our access gates around the pool area and the front entranceway, which is all wrought iron gating. The board of Lakeside Village and the residents that attend the HOA meetings all voted for these updates, and we have 89 residents total in the community. Our gate system is antiquated, our paint needs refreshing, and rock around the islands, you can see the black coming through. You can see the marquee says Brookview, and there's our antique entranceway. And we would use the money to update all these. We believe this benefits our community by cleaning up our entranceway and updating the entry access system would benefit all 89 residents. It would increase property values. It also increase security with better technology for those accessing our property. By doing the rock refresh and the paint on the main entry gates, it'll make our community more inviting to guests and people passing by on the street of Charleston. This too will help with property values. We have a great community. Many people volunteer. We all work together to keep the community looking good But unfortunately, age is taking its toll, and that's why we need to refresh these things. Large members of the community volunteer, and we pick up pine cones, we pick up trash that's left on Charleston Avenue. We put up some benches in the surrounding area around our streams, make it a more inviting look. These are pictures of the community people that volunteer. We have a little party for them. Those are all volunteers. We erected our own community library where it's bring a book, leave a book, and we put that in ourselves. We didn't hire any outside contractors, and that's in front of our pool house. And that is the end of my presentation. Any questions?
Does anyone have any questions for Lakeside? Seeing none, I will just thank you so much for your presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. All right, we are still running ahead, but if Rainbow Family Park Neighborhood Association is here, yes. And then I apologize, I failed to mention this earlier. There is a clicker in the middle if you want to advance slides.
And then we do have some to pass out for you guys.
Okay, perfect. Staff can grab those from you, and your time won't start till we have them, so no worries.
There might be a little bit extra. Office Depot was generous. Excuse me.
All right, I think we all have them, so go ahead and introduce yourselves and begin when you're ready. You'll have 5 minutes, and then there'll be 5 minutes for questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. My name is Kevin Flores. Here with me is my partner, Anna Martinez. We are both board members of Rainbow Family Park Neighborhood Association. We are under Ward 1, so Brian Knudsen, and this is our application for a Neighborhood Partners Fund grant. So before that, or before we get into anything, obviously this is our park symbol. You'll see it around the area, right around Charleston and, like Oakey, Montezuri, right around there, right around where the park is. You'll see a lot of signage of us as we are in the community quite a bit. This is obviously our address. This is our park. What we have here, baseball field, playground, fitness courts, a whole slew of things that we kind of cover there, and many of our events are there as well. This is just an outline of our association, but really this is who we are. So as Rainbow Family Park Neighborhood Association, we are a group of concerned citizens who live in Section 3 and concerned about the preservation and enhancement of the safety and residential neighborhood of our neighborhood. There are approximately 600 homes with 2,000 residents, and we all live within that Ward 1. What we do is we sponsor many get-to-know-your-neighbor events and work to provide awareness, facilitate actions whenever there are situations, events, zoning proposals that impact our neighborhood. So we're very, with our community, we send out a lot of emails, we send a lot of updates, of course, with our events, but also what's going around us. Here's a quick breakdown of what grants we've received in the past. We were fortunate enough to have a good run of grants, and just a little bit, from 2018, 2019, we did a picnic event, then we did a trunk or treat Halloween event, also purchased some computer equipment, software, and you can kind of see down there, obviously COVID, during that time we were able to create our website to allow our members to kind of look a little bit deeper at what we do, and then also the following year we made pole signs, came back to the Halloween trunk or treat, and then purchased some other things. The previous couple years, we've been able to actually partner with the city of Las Vegas at their Art in the Park event, where we're able to actually bring additional resources together, which was a really big win, I think, for the city and us and our community. And here are some pictures of those events themselves: Cinco de Mayo picnic, trunk or treat, our website that we were able to generate. These are the pole signs that you'll see right around that in that vicinity. Trunk or treat when we came back there again. And then the neighborhood park at the Rainbow Family Park, where we're able to do tons of giveaways, shirts like we're wearing here, and different things like that to bring our community within a little bit together. And then same kind of thing. This was the Art in the Park event, as you can see some other blocks behind us. And then what we're doing, describe the project and how to, so with previous grants, we were able to do different get-togethers, as you kind of saw from Art in the Park, Cinco de Mayo. We want to continue that string of things and just raise awareness of different things. And one of those things that we talk about a lot is safety within the community. And so one of our raffles that we have done the last couple of years are ring alarm systems. And that just allows our community to get out there and be a little bit proactive about their safety of their homes. This is just a little bit about the project and our team, but I'll just continue on. This is exactly a breakdown of what we're looking for: ice cream and water for the anticipated in attendance, with kind of a breakdown, ring security systems that we want to use as door prizes, raffle prizes, and then additional giveaways for people to attend include beanies, hoodies, sunscreen for the community, blinkers for the bikers and runners in our community as well, and additionally computer software so that we could design our own flyers and things like that. Usually we use the Art in the Park flyer, but we want the ability to kind of make of our own. So thank you so much for your time today, and I'll turn it over for questions.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions from board members? No questions. People are quiet today. Well, thank you so much for your presentation today.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.
You too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we are still running a little bit early, and we can take a break if we need to. Does anyone on the board prefer a bio break right now? Anybody? All right. If we have Rock Springs, Vista 3. Thank you so much. The mic is already on up there.
All right, well, thank you very much. My name is Robert Freeman. I'm the treasurer for the past 3 years of Rock Springs Vista 3. Our community consists of 576 multifamily homes. We are adjacent to Summerlin, across from the Kellogg-Zayer Park, nestled in Ward 2, a great place to live, work, and shop. The scope of our project is to beautify a barren strip of dirt on our property that faces Washington Avenue with drought-tolerant trees and shrubs, and we successfully applied for funding in 2024 for the adjacent strip of dirt. This is a sweet bay leaf laurel. We really like our trees and shrubs. The purpose of our project is to raise the quality of life for all community residents, those in our community and those who drive past, and enhance property values for all homeowners. And here we see the Salvia Maynite variety. This will be one of the shrubs. All the shrubs and trees are drought tolerant and thrive in climate zone 9. Here we see the unfinished project, and we see what last year's barren strip before we did the work on the right. Toward the left, which really is the middle of those three, is this year's project, and on the far, far left will be next year's project. This is a completion of last year's project. We added seating for a bus stop there. 34 westbound buses passed by, and again, 7,000 vehicles passed by, and that's data verified by the Department of Transportation. So we're impacting the people in our community and those outside our community. How is the project funded? Well, $12,040 from Rock Springs Vista 3, $5,000 from neighborhood partners, and then the gifts in kind will be volunteerism, about $4,700. And here we see Iceberg Rose. We thought that was a nice addition. The volunteerism, the project was selected through discussions with homeowners at monthly board meetings. Several projects were discussed. Neighborhood residents continue their involvement in the project by voting on specific plants to be selected and choosing between different landscapes for the trees and shrubs. Here we have conceptual design 1 and conceptual design 2, and I have a copy of design 2, the winning one for Johaska, if you'd like to have it. We discussed all the trees, all the shrubs, and we narrowed it down to 2 different designs, and then number 2 came on top. Oh, and Ebbing Silverberry is this one here. This smells like lavender, and you can smell it 100 feet away. This is a crepe myrtle. It's almost a shrub-like tree, but it grows eventually, and it grows beautiful. Any questions?
Thank you so much. I love the pictures of the plants. I'm a plant person. Are there any questions from board members? No? All right, seeing none, I will just thank you for your presentation.
Well, thank you. I thought the pictures would be the best part.
All right, do we have Tanglewood homeowners or Timberlake? We're going to go out of order since y'all are here already. And when you come up to the table, you can feel free to go ahead. If you have handouts, staff can grab those. And then let me know if you don't see the clicker for the...
I have some handouts.
Okay, perfect. They have some handouts.
Each packet's paper clipped.
And we won't start the time till everybody has one. But once we start, you'll have 5 minutes, and then we'll have 5 minutes for questions, okay?
Thank you. Okay, my name's Ron Calderon, president of Timberlake Association, and with me is Mark, our treasurer. And we put in for the grant to have solar lights placed by our mailboxes. As you can see on page 1, that's how our mailboxes are pretty much set up on our cul-de-sac areas. And the picture below it, of course, is a night picture, which the mailboxes you really can't see, but they're right down the center of the street towards the end. And the same thing on page 2. These are different streets that we took pictures of to show how dark it is down there. And we were asking for the solar lights to be placed by the mailboxes for safety reason. You know, when fall comes in winter, it's very difficult for when the neighbors go down there to pick up their mail. You know, they can't see what's there until they get right up to the box. So that was the reason why we put in for that. If you look at page 3, that would be the type of solar light that would be placed there. These are the same solar lights that the RTA uses at their bus stops, and would be with the same company. And below that is a picture of that light at dusk. We have 289 homes in Timberlake, and basically we would start with our cul-de-sacs areas because they're the darkest, and we have 10 of the cul-de-sac areas. Right now, what we would probably do is maybe out of the 11, we would probably do maybe 6 of the boxes to see, you know, how well we do and our financial end of it too. And then, of course, proceed to have the rest of them completed also. We've had a lot of residents come to our board meetings asking us to do something about the darkness that's at those mailboxes during nighttime and that. So since we received the email in regards to the grant, we figured this would be a good way to start receiving the grant with the solar lights and getting them placed at the mailboxes and so forth. Do you have any questions of myself or our treasurer?
Are there any questions? This is Chair Becker. I have a quick question.
Sure.
In terms of the volunteer hours, what are you planning for the volunteer time that has to go into the project?
Okay, Mark, you want to speak to that?
The volunteer hours would be taken up by, well, both Ron and Jim would be on-site inspections and locating things. As far as I go, I'd be the bookkeeper for the whole project. And along with maintaining all the treasurer reports just for the homeowners association. I've been treasurer for 21 years there, and they can't get rid of me, so. So anyhow, that would be, most of my hours would be organization and administration, and Ron and Jim would be out in the field.
Okay, thank you for that. Any other questions? No? Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. All right, we're almost there. We're running early still. Do we have Tanglewood Homeowners Association?
One of us.
Only one of you? We can take a quick break. We're running early. So we can be in recess for a few minutes. Your time isn't scheduled until 10:30 and it's 10:10. Okay, so I think we'll be in recess for at least 10 or 15 minutes. All right, I'm going to call our meeting back to order because I believe that Tanglewood Homeowners Association is ready. Is that right? Yes, okay, come on up. When you come up to the table, I think the mics should be on. Right now they're off, but I think they'll be on. And then there's a little clicker. Do you have the clicker?
I do.
Excellent. Well, you're going to have 5 minutes to present to us, and then we'll have 5 minutes for questions, okay? And you can begin when you're ready.
Okay, thanks. I'm Ultimate Lewis. I am representing Tanglewood HOA, and for those of you who have seen me before, hi. So we are here again. Our development has about 275 homes, and that's approximately 712 residents. We're located on the corner of Smoke Ranch and Torrey Pines. We've absolutely been a recipient of this grant for years, and we've done a lot of things to improve our space, and we continue to appreciate the opportunity. Our board is growing a little bit, yay. We got 6 members now. So the grant has allowed us to upgrade and improve our community. The park is the only common space. We don't have a clubhouse, we don't have a pool. So that's what we focus on, and the landscaping. So last year, we completed several key upgrades to the park, to the park and to improve safety and aesthetics and functionality. We used the grant fund to install deep irrigation system to support the health and the strength of the park's ecosystem. So once upon a time, the park was all grass. Then we went to desert landscaping, and we have the trees and the things on the perimeter. And so what we're finding out is that they're not getting enough water. And so after some professional advice, we installed deep water irrigation. So it's kind of really hard to show you what that looks like, but these, I don't even know what to call them, these circles in the ground, that's part of that. And so we also repaired the swing. We've had to repair the swing a few times. We get a park audit and we are told what needs to be improved, right? Because we don't want to be sued. So we repaired the swings, and then we filled the wood chips in the playground area because, you know, kids swing and feet and all of that. And so it has a requirement to be a certain depth. Hi, this is Miriam from Tanglewood. So we repaired the swing set and then put the wood chips. The enhancement definitely benefits because, like I said, it's the only community area, and kids absolutely utilize the park, and the trees provide great shade. So the previous year, in 2023, we used the funds to remove some of the dead trees and then plant replacements. And this is where we got the instruction that trees have this root system, right? So when a tree needs something, right, cool roots from another plant helps and communicate and provide water if it needs water. But the problem was we didn't have a lot of other things outside of the trees, so we planted bushes. So we removed the dead, replaced them, and then put bushes to help not have this problem again where they're drying out. That was great.
Yeah, and a deeper irrigation system, and they've all come back to life, these beautiful pine trees.
And then the year previous, in 2022, we improved the landscaping at the monument signs and the center island. So what you see here is, well, you'll see in a second. So these are the before and after. The bottoms are the before, right? So it was kind of plain, and then the top is the after. It's got more color. It's really, really, really beautiful, to be honest. We really appreciate having the ability to do that. And so also then, like I said, the swings kind of, you know, get wear and tear. So we had to replace the coating on the swing set, right? Because where kids were holding it, that plastic coating was being worn and torn, and so that, of course, can be hot and uncomfortable. And then we put a park bench near the water fountain to let people sit near the water fountain, and you see the shade from the tree. And so, again, some more timeline. In 2021, we actually installed the water fountain, right? So every year we're just improving on what we've done. So we used the funds to install a water fountain for our 2-legged and 4-legged friends, and then we put the bench there the next year. But we also had a dragonfly, which is like a teeter-totter. We put that in the park as well. And then in that was in 2020. And then in 2014, I think, as far as I understand, we first had the grant funds, and it was to put this jungle gym in our park. So we've really used these funds to improve the community.
It's really been amazing for us, and the community is thriving because of it.
So we have a multi-phase project timeline, and we've accomplished a lot of these things already. In the future, we'd like to maybe add some more swings and some park shade. Those things can be really pricey, but it's really beneficial to the children who utilize the park. We did the deep water irrigation, and so this year we're trying to improve security, which we'll talk about in just a second. So we're requesting funds to install permanent surveillance system at our park. It's in the next picture, but the project includes 2 security cameras, right? So we have this big light pole in the middle of the park. So 2 security systems, one to face.
Sorry, you can ignore that sound.
Oh, I was. I have kids. So I don't know the direction, but like one camera will point north and the other will point south to get the encompassing of the park, not any residents or anything like that. Because the park has grown and people are utilizing it, we get people who might vandalize it. We were having a security patrol, but that was coming like once a week for maybe 20 minutes, right, to get the vagrants out, or, you know, sometimes after dark, park activities are not the things you want to have, so we were trying to, deter those things, right? And so what we realized is these security cameras would be a lot better, because there are times where people throw events and mess up, I mean, one 4th of July fireworks and a tree caught on fire in the park, right? And so if no one knows who's doing what, it's really hard to enforce things, it's really hard to follow up. So the security cameras, we think, will be a really good investment.
They're really cool, and they're top-down cameras, so.
Oh, sorry, can you just get a little closer to the mic so we can hear you, sorry.
These cameras are really cool because they're top-down cameras, so whenever anybody comes in sight and they're doing something that doesn't look right, there's somebody manning it that will talk down to them and say, are you a resident? Or if they're doing something inappropriate, they'll say, you need to leave immediately, or we're going to call Metro. And I think that's going to be a really big deterrent for also people that come from other neighborhoods and come and use our park, because they just do. I don't know, they don't look at the signs and they think it's a public city or Clark County park, and they just don't really obey any of the park rules.
So here's the light that's in the middle of our park where we will mount the cameras, and there's a diagram to show you, right, like how the cameras expand, again, not into anyone's residence, but really just monitoring the park. And like she said, it's top down. So it's monitored for about 8 hours a day instead of 1 day a week for 20 minutes, right? It's monitored for 8 hours a day, and the ability to like store the video in case we have to review it. So how this will impact us is that the security cameras will provide constant monitoring to deter the vandalism, and, you know, like as we improve the park, and a lot of times things happen, right? Kids will mess up the sprinkler system, then we have to repair that, right? The vandalism, then we have to repair that. So we're just trying to, as we make it better, to keep it better. Incident accountability, like I said, a lot of times we're aware of things that have happened, but we're unable to identify who or what, and so this will give us an opportunity to do that. And 24/7 surveillance, like I said, residents will feel safer, get more comfortable using the park during all hours. And we feel like it's really cost efficient because it's comparable to what we were paying. I mean, when we get this grant money and can install it, the maintenance of it is comparable to the security that we were paying for. So we feel like it's a really good bang for our buck.
Absolutely.
So the project team leads are Miriam and myself, and the other 4 board members will be doing volunteer services to meet the requirement. We also talk about this in the board meetings, invite residents to participate. And so the funding amount in total is $5,043.58. So we're asking for the full award amount of $5,000, and we will be providing 100% match with volunteer pledge hours, totaling 150 hours. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you so much. Are there any questions from board members? Go ahead, Shannon.
Thank you. Shannon Nordstrom, this sounds like a really great idea. I'm curious if you have a plan or process in place for who's going to have access to that footage and for what purposes.
Well, the company that is installing the cameras is also
the monitoring,
keeping the footage. We can request it if there's any anything that they see that's out of order that happens in the park. I'm not aware of how long we need the footage. If there's nothing happening, then the footage eventually just gets erased. But if there's an incident, then we would need it for purposes of identifying the people, and maybe Metro would need it.
So any members who live in your community can access the footage upon request? Is that what you're saying? That's really what I'm asking, is there a process? Is it open to anyone? Is it related to specific incidents? Like, do you have a process for, homeowners who want to access the footage?
No.
No.
So that's something that we imagine that the board, right, through the management company would request the footage. The management company would look at that. But thank you for bringing that up, because that is something that is important, right? If a resident requests, then the request would be made through the board, and the board would go ahead and request that for viewing. But it should be available upon request. Individual folks, the monitoring place will have that. We're not just going to be able to log in. It will have to be a formal request. But we need to hash that out a little more.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Yes.
Robert Estrada, I think my question was answered. So none of the neighborhood or the HOA will have access to the camera real time?
No, not just like,
directly.
not directly.
Not real time?
Yes, not real time.
And we won't, we would have to request it as well, so like individually.
Yeah, but so we would put a process in place with the monitoring and the management to talk about how to request that, because, yeah, we will not have instant access.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions from board members? Nope. Okay. Thank you so much for your presentation.
All right, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
All right. That concludes the presentations from associations, and so I'm going to close item 7, and that leads us to item 8, which is the second public comment period. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the board. No subject may be acted upon by the board unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If anyone wishes to be heard, come forward and give your name for the record. Seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and close item 8, and that leads us to adjournment. And our next meeting date, we're not going to have the meeting tomorrow because that was contingency, so the next meeting date is 2 weeks from today, is that correct?
Yeah, the next meeting would be the deliberations meeting, June 24th.
All right, so we will come back June 24th at